For years, they've pointed your attention in one direction, south. They show you the same images over and over again. Deserts, rivers, walls. They want you to believe the entire border crisis is happening right there. But while they've made you look south, the real invasion is happening behind your back, in the cold, in the quiet. Across a 5,000-mile highway of trees and ice that has become our nation's most dangerous blind spot. The story they sell you is simple, and simple sells. The southern border is a battleground. It's easy to understand, and even easier to put on the news. So that's where all the cameras go. That's where all the resources go. The agents, the technology, the money. It's all focused on that single stretch of land. And it's the perfect misdirection, because while we build a fortress on the front porch, the back door has been left wide open. This is the U.S Canada border. It's over 5,000 miles long, the longest international border in the world. And for most of its length, it's just an imaginary line, a concept. There is no wall, no fence, just trees, mountains, and quiet. We see this and we think friendship. Our enemies see something else. They see a loophole, a superhighway, a way to get into this country completely undetected. Now think about this. There are more police officers in New York City than there are Border Patrol agents guarding our entire 5,500-mile northern border. Let that sink in. It's not security. It's a welcome mat. For years, nobody paid attention to the northern border. But that has changed. The cartels, the smugglers, they've figured it out. They see where we're looking, and they just walk around to the other side. The numbers don't lie. They're exploding. In just one small section, covering parts of Vermont, New York, and New Hampshire, apprehensions have surged by over 500%. In a single month, agents there caught more people than they did in the entire previous year. This isn't a small change. It's a seismic shift. And the media is silent. But it's not just who is coming across. It's what they represent. This is the part that should keep you up at night. The FBI has a terror watch list. It's a list of known or suspected terrorists. Last year, our agents caught more suspected terrorists on the northern border than on the southern border. Let me say that again. More terror watch list members were caught trying to cross from Canada than from Mexico. These aren't people looking for a better life. These are individuals our own government has flagged as a direct threat, and they found our weakest point. And then there's the poison, fentanyl. It's killing over 100,000 Americans every single year. You've been told it all comes from Mexico, and a lot of it does. But a massive growing supply is now being trafficked right through Canada. Criminal organizations are pushing it across our quiet northern border through a forest in Vermont, just miles from American neighborhoods. It's a war on two fronts, but you're only being shown one of them. So why is this happening? Because it's a brilliant strategy. For our enemies, the terrain is impossible to patrol. The dense forests provide perfect cover. The harsh winters make surveillance a nightmare. But the biggest reason is our own attitude. We don't think of Canada as a threat, so we don't look for threats there. Our resources are sent based on what's on the news, not on the real danger. And this is not a failure of our Border Patrol agents. They are doing an impossible job with almost no resources. This is a failure of leadership, a failure of focus, and a failure of the media to tell you the whole truth. The crisis in the South is real. Nobody is denying that. But by focusing only on that, we've allowed a quieter, more sinister threat to grow. A threat that is in many ways far more dangerous. You've been told to watch the front door. But while you were distracted, the back door was kicked wide open. This isn't about politics. This is about national security. It's about stopping the flow of fentanyl into our towns. It's about preventing the next major attack from someone who simply walked across a field in the snow. The first step to solving a problem is admitting you have one. And America has a 5,500-mile problem that it refuses to even look at. The mainstream media won't tell you this story. They have their script. But the truth is far more dangerous. If you want to understand the real threats, the stories they aren't telling you, then subscribe to this channel. Click the notification bell so you don't miss what comes next. Because what you don't know can hurt you.